Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about revision. Um, yeah, I made a vision. I made a video about revision maybe like a few weeks ago, but it was a short, like just kind of like additional video. It didn't really talk in detail about revision. So I want to talk in detail about revision with you guys and how to use it to really master your reality because Neville himself, I say this like every revision video, but Neville himself said that if you take anything from his teachings, take revision. And I absolutely see why. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. But if you're new here, I am Olivia Grace. This is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all that good stuff. So if you're into those topics, then I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. I do have ways that I can help you in the description if you're interested, if you'd like to work with me one on one. I will be launching a new program, most likely today. I'll probably send it out in an email um of we're going to be doing a program starting in January called 3D Mastery. It's going to be mastering your reality, being able to manifest whatever you want whenever you want. So yeah, I'd love to have you guys in that as well, and I will have details on that coming out soon. Okay. All right, you guys. Hello, everybody popping in. Hi, Summer. Hi, Light Energy. Hi, Manon. Hi, BFAT. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Anais. Hi, Nisa. Hi, RC. Hi, Wraith. Hi, Oh wait, I said hi, Anais. Hi, Royalty Affirmations. All right, Manon. You've never tried revision. I am shocked at you. Oh, girl, this is the time. Okay, this is the time. Okay. Hi, Ty. Hi, Callie. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay. So, all right. I'm going to tell you guys well, let's start because we got people saying they've never tried revision. So let's start with what it is, right? And how to do it. But what I really want to tell you guys, because those of you who caught the main video I recorded know that I started looking at revision a bit differently, especially with what we've been talking about with no time and everything like that. And I've just been getting such incredible results with revision, even more, and it has just helped me shift so much internally as well. So I want to tell you guys about it. First, let's start with what is revision, okay? And we're going to define this a little bit different from how we have been defining it. um Autumn Cynthia is a creator I really suggest for you guys to check out on revision. She explains it so well. She has a masterclass on revision that is excellent. I will say it's very advanced. So, if you're somebody who really understands and gets revision, then totally go and take it. But anyway, all right. So what is revision anyway, right? So revision is it is manifesting the past or choosing the past, the way that we manifest and choose the future, okay? Now it really is that simple. But what makes it so powerful is that with revision, what causes us to continue to tell an unfavorable story, right? It's the memory. It's the belief in who we thought that we were. It's the memories of, well, yesterday I didn't get it. Yesterday it didn't work out for me. Oh, this and this and that. So, like you keep believing and identifying, this is who I am. I'm the person who doesn't get it, right? I'm the person who doesn't work out for. That's who I am. And you keep bringing that into the present and then keep manifesting from that. It also anchors you to an identity, right? So who we think we are, our identity, or our memories anchor us to an identity. So every time you're remembering, well, last time I tried to manifest money, it didn't work, or last time I tried to go out for the promotion, they didn't pick me, or last time I tried to manifest an SP, it didn't work for me. You're continuing to choose that story, okay? You're choosing that identity, and then you're trying to change the circumstance from within that identity of failure or opposition. Okay. And that's what gets you stuck in Tringsville, because what you're identifying as is, I'm the person that doesn't get it, can't get it, ain't been getting it, and I'm going to get it somehow. All I need to do is more techniques and affirmations and whatever. Right. All right. But, all right, let's just jump right into it. Okay. First thing is that there's no time but now. This is this is fundamental in really being able to turn your fucking revision game up. Okay. There's no time but now. So, what you think you're revising in the past is not past, it's now, just like what you're choosing in the future. Okay. And when you see it that way, then reality becomes much more fluid, right? Now, the improv, like the way that revision is so illogical, right? Changing the past, even as a manifester, is like, huh? Like, what do you, I mean, it's gone. There's nothing for you to change, right? Or you can't change it, or it is what it is. It's happened, right? This is what actually makes revision more powerful, because you literally can't go into the past, right? When we're manifesting something for like the future, you are like, you're knowing, okay, that I can wake up tomorrow and see if that worked or not. When you're revising something, you can't go back in your time machine and go see, like, did my revision work? You literally have to do it and trust, right? Which is the best like combo when it comes to manifesting, right? There's just like, it's so illogical that you can't sit there and figure it out. You just have to do it and trust and let it go. Okay. Um, all right. Now, let's go back to everything being now. Okay. So when you know that everything is now, you're more able to choose your past differently. And let me explain that. Okay. So when you are choosing your future, for instance, right? This is what I used with, I think, a client or maybe a class, or I don't know. But if I'm choosing let's say I'm having a picnic, me and Summer, we're having a picnic tomorrow, and reality got infested. And we're all having a picnic and I planned it. And so I'm manifesting tomorrow the weather. I want it to be clear. So I'm not going to give any attention to anything other than it being clear, right? I'm not going to say, but it does rain sometimes. And wow, well, rain is a probability. And wow, look at the cloud. Like, no, I know that it could be clear. So I'm going to choose it to be clear, and I'm going to persist in it being clear. Okay. But if I'm thinking of the past, right? And I'm thinking of changing the past, and I'm trying to change and revise that rainy day was clear, well, I'm faced with the facts, right? The facts. Well, it was rainy and it wasn't clear. So obviously I have to choose that it wasn't clear. I have to stick to what is, right? I have to acknowledge what is, that it wasn't clear, because that's what happened, because we view the past as concrete, right? We view the past as concrete. Now, and that's what you want to let go of. When you see that the past is just as changeable and moldable as the future. Okay. So just like I said, it doesn't matter that rain is a possibility in the future. I want it to be clear. So that's what I'm going to give my attention to. All right. This is the same way that you're going to look at your past and choosing your realities from your past. Okay. Instead of what it was is what it was, and that's what it was. And so that's what I have to acknowledge. That's what I have to accept. It's understanding that what was one out of infinity. Okay. What was one out of infinity, just like whether it rains or it's clear tomorrow is one out of infinity. You might remember experiencing one out of infinity, but your memories aren't even real, y'all. Even science says this, right? Science says that your memories are 80% wrong anyway, right? So, and when we think about all of this stuff, if we really believe all this stuff that we're talking about, technically we've shifted reality so many times that no past really belongs to us anyway, right? If each shift has its own timeline, then no past really belongs to us anyway. Okay? Now, what happens is, in the moment, in the now, we are bringing the past to mind, what we think, what matches who we still think we are. And this is key, okay? What matches who we still think we are, we bring the memories that support that into the now moment and identify with them, okay? So it's like, let's say people are mean to you, and you're gonna think back, yeah, I mean, in fifth grade, those girls surrounded me at the playground and was like, oh, you're ugly, and you're dumb. You don't even know what 2 plus 2 is. I mean, I've always been bullied. you know? I've always been bullied. And yeah, it makes sense. Like, look at my best friend from second grade just blocked me on Instagram. Like, nope, they always are so mean to me. Okay. And so your mind is actually going to filter your memory through your identity. So if your idea is, well, everybody's always been mean to me, then you're not going to even remember the time that the entire class brought cupcakes for you to your birthday and every single person in the class bought you a present because everybody actually loved you, but you're not going to remember that, right? You might be telling your friend that you didn't know in all your life, like, yeah, people have always been mean to me. They've always hated me. And she's like, girl, what life you living in? I've always seen people love you, right? Okay. So in the now moment, you are bringing the past, the memories that support what you're identified as and identifying and associating with that. Okay. And so when you know that you just don't have to, y'all, this is it. You just don't have to. Sure, you can. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to continue to say that, yep, I'm always the person that doesn't work out for. Oh, yeah, I've always been like this. Life's always sucked for me. It's been so hard. Like, y'all that's been on this channel, it's time to let that shit go. It's time to let the poor me victim identity go because it's not serving you for shit. The only thing the poor me identity gets you is, oh my gosh, wow, that's so sad for you. Oh no. Oh, I hope things get better. Don't you get tired of hearing that shit? Don't you get tired of, I hope things get better? And you just want them to get better? Like, just be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the ability. And this is the thing, you guys. This happens instantly, okay? This happens instantly, and I'm going to tell you how to manifest this instantly, all right? All right. So, you're bringing it into the now. Now, this is how you also can manifest future instantly, but let's focus on revision, all right? And this is what I do. When I revise something, I start to expect from that identity. Now, something I'm going to say that helps me is I'm very detached from reality, you guys. So, and that doesn't mean that things don't affect me or that I don't get sad or, it doesn't mean that. It just means that I know this shit is fake. Okay. When you guys can see that reality is fake, you won't take it so serious. You won't look at it like, oh my God, how do I get this person to do this thing? So that, like, it don't matter. All right. That don't matter, baby girl. Okay. You are eternal. You're eternally perfect. You are God manifested. You done already did everything there is to do. Okay. You've had everything there is to have. You have everything there is to have. So nothing can add on to you. Nothing can take away from you. And so everything that we're doing is literally for the fuck of it. Just because why not? Just because shit. I got a whole bunch of time in eternity. Why not be on earth for a bit? Okay. When you look at things from that perspective, instead of, oh my God, I really need this thing because if not, then I'm a failure. Like, you're going to have more fun with the shit. All right. So, me personally, I'm knowing that everything is already going on. I know that everything is already. So, I know that there's nothing for me to create. It's just me choosing. I also have decided that when I choose, that's done instantly. Okay. That's done instantly. Instead of, and this is the thing, you guys, I'm choosing that and I'm deciding that. And you might be like, but what do you mean decide? I want you to realize that when you revise or you manifest or anything that you do, you decide that this is going to take time. You decide in your mind, okay, I'm going to have to come back and do this again tomorrow because it's not true yet. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and put some affirmations because it hasn't really been revised yet. So obviously I still have. No, I'm telling y'all, my foot is falling asleep. Hold on. All right. I'm telling y'all, decide it's done now. Okay. And here's the thing, y'all. Okay. Here's the thing. If there's no time, then what time is it taking? If there is no time, what time is it taking? It you understand what I mean? What time? If time is something that it's an illusion, it's something that we create, right? Y'all are so funny. Y'all are so funny. But if time is an illusion that we basically assign to this reality, What time are we taking? Okay, none. There is no time. Even you saying, I'm probably gonna have to do this for a couple weeks or a couple months to get this to be true, is you basically choosing that I'm gonna be in Tringsville for a couple weeks and couple months in the now moment. Do you hear me? I'm choosing for my next 2 weeks of my now moment. Right? I'm gonna be in Tringsville. Well, sure. You at the front desk at the hotel in Tringsville. You checking in. They said checking in, ma'am. You said yes. I'll be here for about 3 months. That's about as long as revision takes for me. Get me a room. Yeah, get me a room overlooking get me a room overlooking movement. I love seeing movement. I'll just sit there with my coffee and look at all the movement. Ooh, and synchronicities and angel numbers. Okay. Yes. Love it here in Tringsville. All right. So, but you can also just decide, right? You can just decide it's done now, okay? So not order room service from 3D Ian. I fucking can't. Summer, quit. I can't, dude. Yeah, Ian works there at the hotel. He'll bring you up some He's gonna bring you up some circumstances. Dude, I love y'all so much. Y'all are freaking hilarious. But all right. So okay. All right. So instead of doing that, you're gonna decide that right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm cracking myself up. You're gonna decide that it is true right now. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. That's me right there, right now. The laughing disco. You're gonna decide. You're gonna decide that it's done now. You're gonna decide that your revision is that you have stepped into that reality. Your word is your bond. Y'all, listen, this is the thing, okay? Something I used to say a lot is to give your mind supremacy, right? Give your mind supremacy. Give your decision supremacy. All right? When I say something, y'all, I'm knowing it's true now. Great. Awesome. Lovely. Now, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I say, "Wow, it's done now. Let me run to see where the evidence is. 3D, are you confirming it?" That's not what I mean. I know that my mind is the source of this reality. I know that an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Okay? And so that's all that I'm concerned about. All right. That's all that I'm concerned about. So I know that I'm going to persist in this. And me persisting in this is enough. Like it's almost like a spell, you guys. Okay. Let's think about it like that. All right. Don't get shaky in your boots in there. I know y'all like, oh my God, what a spell. I knew she was a witch. Oh God. That should be funny as hell. Anyways, but let's say it's like a spell, right? When a witch does a spell, let's say she does a spell of like binding somebody's powers, right? She's not gonna do the spell and then go drive over to dude's house and be like, "Hey, how's your powers going? Are you still powerful? Are you?" She's trusting that the spell is done. I did what I did, and now you ain't got no powers no more. It don't matter. They could be in the middle of doing whatever they doing. They know that can't last because I've binded you now. All right. All right. Now I'm not into witchcraft, though. I don't do spells. Okay. I'm just using it as an example. This is how I see when I'm manifesting. It's like this. Cool. There's nothing else for me to say about it. I'm in this reality now. I start to think from that reality. What if I was? What if it had always been like this for me? What if it did go like that instead of going like this? Oh, how would I feel then? How would I identify? Okay? How would I identify? All right? So again, it's awareness, you guys. When you're revising, be aware. Am I choosing this and still believing the old story? You see what I'm saying? If I let's say okay, let's say me and my friend have a fight and I revise the fight and I come out of my revision and I say, "Okay, great. Now let me go and see what I could do. We're supposed to be going to work tomorrow together, but she's mad at me, so we're probably not going to go to work tomorrow. So, the fight did happen. I mean, I did my little revision, but that ain't really, whatever. Like you already are contradicting yourself. If we can see that reality is a moment to moment thing, when you revise, that's the reality that you're in. When you step back out and acknowledge the other past as more true and real as than your revision, you step back into that reality. Okay? And this is why I say that it helps for you to know that all of this is fantasy. It's all fantasy. That's why it's like, oh, but that's a lie. Oh, whatever. It's all lies. This whole shit is a lie. You are a lie if you want to see it like that. You're not actually you. You're just a game. You're just a little vessel, a little meat suit for temporary times, like for a little experience. So not you a lie. Not you a lie, you stupid. Okay? So now, the most powerful way to use revision, in my opinion, is on your identity. Who you think you are, okay? Who you think you are. All y'all should be revising that you've always lived as God, okay? Right? But who you think you are, because everything that you want is an inner experience, and you're not going to have that inner experience without having that identity, okay? Here's what I mean. If you are revising, let's say you're revising always being like love, you're revising you and your SP, right? And you're like, I want our relationship to be, I want us back together. I'm revising that we're back together, right? But y'all broke up because I don't know, he's disrespectful to you, and you have a belief of, I'm disrespected, people don't respect me, right? And so you go back, sure, you guys can get back together, but he's still going to disrespect you. And even if he's not, like, let's say you manifest, he's nice to me, you don't even realize that you have an identity that you're disrespected. You just manifest he's nice to you. So he'll be nice to you, but he'll still do things that you are going to interpret as disrespectful because you believe that you are disrespected. So it don't matter. He'll leave the milk out by accident, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, see, this dude is so inconsiderate." He'll happen, you guys walking on the street, he'll happen to spit and it'll get on your shoe, and you're like, "Oh my god, this dude is so disrespectful." It, like, your identity is what it is, and it doesn't matter who wants to be with somebody if they're still going to feel disrespected, if they're still going to feel unwanted, if they're still going to feel like this is going to fall apart at any time. Nobody wants that. It's not what you want. What you want is an inner experience, a feeling, a way about yourself, y'all. And trust me, that's all that matters. Okay? That's all that matters, is how you're feeling about yourself. All right? Okay. Revise your identity. Think about whatever it is that you are manifesting, and what is the identity that matches that experience. Okay. So, okay, I'm manifesting to win the lottery, but my identity is that nothing really works out for me and I don't get what I want. And, money is really hard for me to get and all of these things, but I'm going to win the lottery. How is that so? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, decide that you're the type of person that's extreme. You've always been so lucky. You've always been the one out of millions that gets the prize. You've always been a winner. You've always been massively rich. You've always been attractive to money, right? You've always received money with ease, okay? Revise your identity. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. So let me tell you guys really quick what I do when I'm revising, and then I'm going to read your comments, okay? So, if I want to revise something, depending on how charged it is, if it's very charged, meaning that it's a story that I've been identifying with for a very long time, or a story that I feel very identified with, then I'm going to take not only that situation, because I always look at the identity, you guys. When I'm manifesting, I'm always looking at the identity. Okay. So I'm going to take that situation as well as other situations that match that identity, and I'm going to revise them. Okay. I'm going to do it like however, usually I do visualization. Again, you guys, I like when I visualize, y'all, I am not an expert visualizer. Okay. I see it vaguely, basically. I just see it vaguely, and I'm like, that's good enough. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna see different events that have confirmed that identity to me, I'm going to revise them. Then, as I go throughout the day and I think about that topic, I'm going to remind myself, not that, oh, I revised that past that actually happened so I don't have to worry. No, because I'm still recognizing the past as true, right? No, I'm going to say, oh yeah, I'm not on that timeline anymore. It's not even like it's not saying like that never happened. It did happen, right? It happened because all things are happening. That's it. That's why it happened. It happened because all things are happening. So it's not about it didn't happen. I just don't have to identify it with me. I don't have to identify it with the current me that I am right now and say that that happened to me and that is my story and that's who I am and that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? Now, really quick, let me elaborate on this really quick, okay? Because how you do this is when I tell you that you're not you anyway, right? You're not you anyway, and you're not the character. I'm not Olivia for real for real. I'm being Olivia for a time being, right? But what I actually am is beyond Olivia. Is and always will be and always has been, right? That's the being that's galactified the galaxies. Okay. That being is not confined to one identity. The you that you are, especially if you're being one of your lesser powerful selves, does feel attached to that identity. And that's why when you're revising from, yeah, this did really happen and this is what's going on. And that's why it's like that because this is who I've always been. And yeah, that is how I am. Because you're revising from within that identity. You're revising as a human, you're revising as a muggle, you're revising as a little person that knows this cool thing that maybe I can use it to try, right? But when you're revising it as the being that has galactified the galaxies and know that you're choosing anyway, okay? You're choosing anyway. You are conditioning consciousness in every moment. So technically, this is why I say it's all a lie. It's all a lie. You ain't always been like nothing. You just have been what you're being right now because all it is right now. You're lighting up a version of you right now. You ain't always been nothing. How could you have always been something when there's no time? What does always even mean then? You haven't. You had been aware of an identity where that version of you is who you was and how you acted and how you assumed and how reality confirmed itself to you. But you have not always been anything but everything, right? The real you. So you have to be able to see yourself beyond who you are, who you've been being. You have to see yourself beyond the character that has been showing up. Okay. You have to see yourself beyond the character that's been showing up. And when you know yourself as beyond the character, as long as I know myself as the character, as long as I know myself as the one I am, though, I am the one that is stuck. Well, then what can I do? Then I have to play that story out. I have to be stuck. But if I'm knowing that I'm not sure, one version of me is stuck, sure, there's other versions of me that's stuck, but I'm the version that's free. I get to choose that in the now. And then you step into that. Okay. All right. Stepping into it means that you immediately accept it as true. Y'all, this is the law of assumption. Okay. This shit is going to turn your manifestations up so fast. Okay. Accept as soon as you say it, claim it, assume it, decide that it is true now. What buffer time? Ask yourself when you're like, yeah, but it can't be. Why? Why? What if it was though? It don't matter if you're like, it can't be. It is. So what if it were? Think about it. What if it were? When you ask yourself what if it was, immediately your mind is going to tell you. Your body is going to feel into what if it was, right? What if it was? And that's all you need. Just keep reminding yourself this is a thing. Nothing, you can't really lose anything. You can't lose something and be like, oh well, I've been like this, I've been like this for so long, or oh my God, it's been a week and I've been, in my old store. So what? It hasn't been a week. It's only been now. Like, and so now you have the opportunity, even if it had been a week, I don't give a fuck if it's been 30 years. You have a now opportunity to step into the now and choose again. Choose again. Okay. What is it now? What do you want it to be? And then decide that it's always been like that. Okay. It's always been like that. And that transports you to the reality where it has always been like that. It has always been like that. You will st- I'm pro- I promise y'all, when I revise, my memories change immediately. Immediately. I'll revise it and all of a sudden I remember stuff different. I'm like, damn, how did I forget this? Let me give y'all a good example, okay? Y'all ever hear a song that you ain't heard in so long that it doesn't even feel like it's a part of this reality. It feels like a parallel reality when you hear that song. I just heard what was that? Superhuman last night with Chris Brown and I think it's Jordan Sparks, if I'm not, I want to say it might be Carrie Hills. I don't know. But I haven't heard that song since like high school, maybe, right? But there's certain times or certain songs I'll hear. It is Carrie Hilson. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was Carrie Hilson, but I was like, I didn't know Carrie Hilson had vocals like that. I was like, that can't be Carrie Hilson because I know No Air is Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown. But I was like, Carrie, I was like, I didn't think her vocals was like that. But yeah, okay. Anyways, so we'll hear songs, right? And it just it's like or even a person. You'll think of a person that you haven't thought about, and it's like, holy shit, I forgot that person existed. Everything attached to them it's like a complete different reality, right? So this is what happens when I revise, right? I revise and all of a sudden memories, and it doesn't feel like, oh, I've never remembered it. It's like, I remember that, but I just haven't remembered it in a really long time, probably since the last time I was in the identity. Yeah, it has been like that. And it's before it's maybe like I'm telling you the next day, by the time I'm telling myself in the moment, like, no, it's always been like that. I'm like, but it has always been like that. So what am I even talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Like, so just that's how I revise personally. Um, I will reseat things, if I need to, but I'm just reminding myself I'm in this timeline now. I'm in the revised timeline now. That's not my problem anymore. Yeah, that can't be. Like anything, and that's the other thing, y'all, mental rejection. Anything that is not like confirming your manifestation or your revision is not real, y'all. This is one of the biggest things. And then for real, I'm gonna read your comments. Stop taking reality for what it is. Okay. Stop taking reality for what it is. Stop looking at it and saying, wow, well, see, well, I revised that everybody loves me. And then, my SP said he only likes me as a friend, so I guess it didn't work. Why the fuck do you believe like why do you take reality for what it is? You see what I'm saying? How are you gonna bend reality when you taking it for what it is? It's like that kid on the Matrix, right? He's like, how are you bending that spoon? He said, you can only bend the spoon when you realize there is no spoon, right? There is no spoon. There's only your mind. When you keep seeing reality as a metal spoon, right? You keep seeing reality as this is what it is. And wow, look at this. It's so spoon shaped and it's so straight up and it's so hard. I mean, it's metal. What can I do about it? Then I mean, I can't do anything. It's metal. I mean, sure, but ain't no spoon. It's not shit going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just your mind. Everything is just your mind. Okay? When you see that, y'all, when you see this reality is just your mind, it'll be so easy for you to just assume. I'm telling y'all, this is why when y'all see me revise for people and I just say outlandish things, and then they come back and tell me, wow, Olivia, that happened. Why? Why do I say the outlandish things? Why don't I just say, oh, well, maybe and eventually, hopefully it gets a little bit better than you? Nope. I go right to there and actually, no, it's not. It's not even like that. It's like this. And then they come and tell me that. Why? Because I know it doesn't matter, y'all. It does not matter. It doesn't matter if I say, oh, wow, well, that might take you a while to get over because that's really hard. And, collective consciousness in your subconscious mind, you're really blocked. So I could say that. And that's true. Sure. But I can also say it's done now. And that's true. So why not just say that? It don't matter. It don't matter, baby girl. Okay? Thank you. Okay, Madoke. That's so cute. Not Madoke. Yeah, you got perfect timing because I was just about to start with the question. So I'll start with yours, okay? Hey, Ashley. Thank you, beautiful. All right. Can you please offer me advice? I'm focused on being happily married to my soulmate, but not clear on whether I want to marry my SP, that we work together, and see him with his current girlfriend, or someone new. Don't worry about any of that. If you're not sure about specifics, just focus on what you're sure about, y'all. So if you're manifesting something and you're not sure like how or what exactly you want, just manifest what you're sure about. You know you want to be happily married, then just focus on that. Like think about things like a soulmate, you guys. It's something like understand that this stuff is organized on your behalf, y'all. I was telling you guys the story of um how I basically like met back up with my best friend. It was such a synchronous. There was no way I could plan that or pick out that, yeah, we're going to meet up at this time and this day. Like it was organized on my behalf. You see what I'm saying? Trust that. Like y'all think about what a soulmate means, okay? A soulmate means this is somebody that you're supposed to be with in this lifetime. You don't have to think like, "Oh, well, how am I going to make that happen?" What is it already happened, okay? And rest in the joy of that. All right? All right. All right, y'all. Finna go to the top and read your any questions. Shiznit. Mm. Yes, reality manifested. Oh my God, I recently had an epiphany that revision is so godly because why would I ever accept the feeling less than feeling the best, guys? This is something that Neville says, and in A Course in Miracles as well. But the way that Neville says is like with revision, you will take on the spirit of Jesus, right? And continuous forgiveness. And that's what it is continually forgiving yourself, forgiving others in your reality, letting go of unfavorable identities and stories, and returning back to the truth of who you are, right? The truth of who you are, which is perfection and wholeness. It is not flawed. It is not a failure. It is not bad or hurt or discarded or rejected or abandoned or any of these or traumatized, okay, or blocked or limits. It's not any of that shit. So revision is really you shedding these illusionary concepts of yourself to reveal the truth. And you take on the continuous spirit of Jesus. Just like Reality Godifest has said, why would I ever accept feeling anything less than the best? Why would I ever accept a reality that's anything less than what I want it to be? Okay. Love that. That's why you're coming to my picnic. I honestly struggle most with finding out what I truly want. What are your thoughts on more general revisions than revising a specific thing? I think general revision is amazing. I think might be even better. And this is the thing, y'all. When it comes to knowing what you really want, you don't need to know what you really want. What you want is a feeling, y'all. I swear to you. There's no thing in the world that you want that you don't want a feeling from. Even if you're manifesting your favorite dish, if you were to manifest your favorite dish and it was cold in the middle and burnt on the sides and nasty as hell and gave you food poisoning, what does it matter? You are manifesting an experience of bliss and enjoying your favorite food. In anything you are even if you're like, I want to manifest physical appearance, you don't want the physical appearance change to happen and you still look at yourself as ugly. It doesn't matter then. If you look freaking perfect and you still gotta walk outside with a poo shiesty on because you're like, I'm so ugly, I don't want anybody to look at me, then what does it matter? Everything you want is an inner experience, okay? Everything you want is an inner experience. So what is the inner experience? And then you can assume that inner experience, I'm living in bliss. I'm living at peace. I get everything I want. I feel successful. And then the higher mind that knows the best, most exciting, most expansive way to bring that experience to you can bring it to you without you saying, "But I thought it was Toxic Tommy. Why are you bringing me this absolute gentleman? I thought it was Toxic Tommy." And you could do that too. This is the thing. You got free will. You can do it however you want to do it. Okay. My most insane manifestations have been revision. Yeah. Revision is that thing. It is. All right. You are making a decision of at every step. Yes. And you'll definitely think from where you're deciding to. Yes. That is the point right there, you guys. Not she starts off so sweet, then gets so gangster on your ass. That's so funny. I don't feel like I got gangster on y'all at all today. I didn't need to because you guys are behaving. Hmm. Cream blush. I don't use cream blush. I use the same old blush from the beauty supply that I've been using. I forgot about the trying spill. Oh my gosh, I can't. Not stop making fun of us. Oh my god. I have always wanted to live in a hotel. I don't care if it's shady as fuck. You're hilarious, Primal Cadence. I don't think it's shady, bro. Look at freaking Eloise. Look at Zach and Cody. Okay, that shit looks lit. You ain't got to never clean up. You got maids. You know what I mean? The comfiest bed ever. Okay. Hi, and sorry to kill the vibe. You're not killing the vibe. The vibe can't be killed, y'all. Can you please explain how you meditate? What do you aim for? Okay, that's a great question. For me, when I meditate, I just usually put on like a guided meditation for however long I feel like meditating. There's like a whole bunch of millions of free meditations on YouTube. I have meditations on my channel as well. You guys can go to my playlist tab. By the way, y'all, you should go to the playlist tab. Like I don't never talk about it, but you should go to the playlist tab because you can find whatever it is that you're manifesting or whatever your problem is and find videos on that topic. But I do have a playlist of meditations as well. So what I'm aiming for is I'm usually aiming for a feeling in my body. Sometimes I'm not aiming for anything, right? So recently I've been practicing just being and observing. Um and so then I'm not really aiming for anything. Thank you, Janice. I can't see your whole name, but thank you so much. Um so yeah, when I'm just being, I'm not aiming for anything. I'm just being. Sometimes I'm aiming to like calm my body down, to feel a certain energy, to get to that blissful feeling, really, is what I'm usually looking for. Um, I would say I'm looking to kind of channel information, but I don't really honestly I be channeling too much when I meditate. Like that's where all my videos, my not these videos because I asked the people in the membership to tell me about these videos, but usually all my videos, all my programs, I go to meditate and all this information comes to me and I'm like, "Dude, wait a sec. I'm trying to not think right now." But it's like and I'm like, "I don't want to come out of meditation and write stuff down because I'm trying to meditate." But that's when, I feel like in that stillness you're most connected to God. Not that you could never not be connected to God, but you're connected to that different energy. Can you repeat how we should exactly do the revision as Neville did, please? Okay, so Neville suggested to revise basically in the way like I said of whatever the specific event is, go that you didn't want to happen, go back and see it differently. So for instance, like I said, like if I got in a fight with my friend, I would go back and see us talking it out, right? See us, or even we didn't fight at all. I would just like, let's say we had plans to go to lunch. I would just see us going out to lunch and having a great time instead of what happened. Okay. Now with revision though, that's how Neville taught it. But for some, you can just be like, no, it wasn't. That's like usually how I revise. Like if somebody's telling me something, like a friend of mine like wanted a job or was applying for jobs and she didn't get the she was like really excited about this job. She didn't get it. And I was like, yes, you did. And I literally forgot. And then she got another job with the same exact like benefits and everything. So it's like just no, it's not. No, it wasn't. Like and it helps you guys when you have an identity to back that up. So my identity is going my way. Period. No follow up. No as long as no if ands or but. No, it's going my way. What did I say? What did I say? Right? Like these strict parents, What did I say? Shit. That's how I am with the 3D. 3D not gonna be no badass little kid for me. 3D gonna be disciplined. My 3D is going to its piano lessons. It's gonna be in bed at 8 o'clock. It's gonna eat its broccoli. It's gonna do all that shit. And that's what I expect. So yeah, this is what I mean with mental rejection. With your identity, if your identity is I'm living, everything is harmonious and something not harmonious happens, then instead of saying, "Oh wow, see, this isn't working for me." That can't be so. It can't be so because I said everything is harmonious. So if it's not harmonious, then that can't it just can't be. I must not be understanding the full, whatever the situation. Literally, y'all. That's how I think of it. It can't be so. And then all of a sudden it changes because it has to. Stop letting reality take you out of your assumption. You take reality into your assumption. No, you're going to be like this. This is what Neville said, right? When he was getting out the army. And he told the colonel, the colonel told him no, they rejected him. And Neville was like, yeah, he resisted it for 9 days. He resisted it. But this is what it is. It wasn't a maybe or a hope for Neville. It was reality. Okay. All right. SP came back since last I was last on live. Just friends now though. He's super sweet, but not pursuing. In fact, yes, he is, girl. Yes, he is. Y'all, stop taking reality for what it is. And make everything mean what you want. Instead of like, oh my God, he's not pursuing me. He's not, yes, he is, bruh. Even if he's not pursuing you. Like I remember seeing this video of this girl. I want to say she ended up marrying this guy, but like he wasn't like kissing her. He was being like very like standoffish, just being friends with her and like telling her like I just want us to be friends, da 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 da. And after like they talked, it came out that he was like, "Oh, I was just trying to respect you. I wanted to get to know you and be respectful of you, so I didn't want to come at you any type of way, but I always have feelings for you. I thought this is dating. I thought we were dating. Literally, y'all, okay? It don't matter. That don't matter, baby girl. Okay? All right. Can we change our meat suit with your mind? Yes, you can. Don't identify with the meat suit. Your body is a part of the dream. Just like when you dream at night. Are you in that body in the dream world? No, you're on your bed, sleep. Like I just had a trippy experience. I was taking a nap and I just had a really trippy experience like cuz I was sleeping in my dream and I was like half waking up in my dream and like looking around like what's going on? Like what and like somebody was in that like it was just weird. But none of that was going on. When I woke up, I was like, "Wait, I'm not I'm here. Like I'm not in that. I'm not in that place that I thought I was." Right? My new boss is very stingy, but because I have the identity of deserving a bonus, I got it regardless of her stinginess. Indeed. She'll be stingy to everybody but you. Okay. Let's see. What do you do when it's something bad you did? Okay. Like if you're asked about it. Okay. Something bad I did. I would say like you could say like nobody remembers that and just decide you didn't do that. Like just receive that you didn't do that. But I also have a something I tell myself is everything I do is perfect because the old identity of being an overthinker, it makes you question everything you do. Was that right? I should have done this. What if I did it like that? I should have done this. All that is like too much. And I just decided like no, everything I do is perfect. Everything I do is perfect. Just decide that. And it will be. Okay. Can I affirm that 3D shows me it was actually another way? Like, I don't want to act like it never happened and it's not like it in 3D and then have to lie. It feels really complicated. Okay. So, this is the thing, you guys, manifesting, revising, it's not about lying, you guys. Like, I don't talk to people about what I'm doing. You don't have to say or do anything different in 3D. That's not what you're doing. You're changing your mind about what happened. That's it. You don't have to do anything or say anything or whatever anybody's doing. You don't have to lie to people and say, "Girl, that never happened." And they're like, "Ain't this you in the picture?" Like you don't have to do that. And I really don't encourage you to do that because to me, and this is just me, now I'm a person that despises lying anyways, and I don't but I feel like it adds more pressure to you because now you have not only are you trying to revise, but you're trying to keep up a lie and being afraid of what if people find out? What if they say, like, that's too much. And you just don't have to do that. Okay. So, yes, you can affirm that 3D shows you it was that way, but decide that you're on that timeline. And when it comes to it actually having had been that way, like, decide that. Decide that you are in a completely different reality. You're in a completely different timeline, and that's what you're experiencing. Okay. But the thing is, you guys, like, again, I want to point this out because and I don't know your situation, W Queen, and this is just for everybody, but you think that it's the specific situation that you have to get away from, but it's not the situation. It's how it makes you believe about yourself, okay? It's how it makes you believe about yourself. That's what's bothering you. And so when you can address that, that's going to fix everything else, okay? So if I revise my past that I'm rich, do I then revise my day to include things I would do differently as a rich person, like having a nanny and house cleaner to help, etc.? I think that's a great idea, Lauren. You can do it however you'd like, but I think that's a great idea. What would you suggest when you revise it? Like, actually sit down, visualize it, and then the old story images come back. It pisses me off so much. Okay, you have to persist. So, but this is the thing, you're not accepting it as true. All right. You're revising it as a technique. You're saying, okay, here's what actually happened. I'm going to see that it happened differently. But what I deep down know to be true is that this happened. And that's why you're still experiencing it. You want to be able to let go of the past, you guys. You like, and this is what I'm saying, when you can see that reality is not anything anyway, okay? It's freaking clay. It's moldable. Okay? When you cannot be so identified with the character and what happened to them. Okay? Oh my god, this thing happened. It's terrible for her. Oh wow, that was humiliating. But the real you is G to the end of you. Okay? Like the real you is just untouched by everything. Okay? So you like when you can see from that and see, I'm just selecting, like I said, as a game, I'm just selecting which version I'd like to light up now instead of, oh my God, if this past is true, then that means I'm a terrible person and nobody's gonna like me. I'll never be when you do it all like that, y'all, damn, then it's like, damn, like it's just too much. Like just be cool. Just be easy. No, you know what? I'm not any of these people anyway. I'm not any of these versions of self anyway. What if it was like this? Go in it light and easy and just let that happen and stop accepting the the old story as true. This is with manifesting anything. That's what's keeping you in that situation because you're waking up and saying, this is actually what it is. Here I go to do these techniques to get something that's not really true. And that's why it appears like that. Okay. Can you give an example of mentally rejecting something? I feel like I did do that, but okay, it's kind of what you guys see me do on here. When somebody comes in, they're like, "Oh my God, Olivia, I can't pay my bills. I'm about to get kicked out." And I'm like, "No, you're not. No, it isn't. Yes, you can. You have all the money that you need." I'm rejecting what they're telling me and I'm deciding what it actually is. Okay. Like it's really like mental rejection for me is it's rejecting, it's not accepting something as true. That's what it is. Like, and y'all, it's like people think like, but how can I do that when it is true? How many times you do this when your man is like, "Oh, babe, I was 15 minutes late because, it's traffic." You're like, "No, it wasn't, bro. You lying. You always lying." You like it, you just reject whatever they say just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you just do that with anything that's not confirming what you decided it is. So whatever it is, whatever I decide that it is, that's what it is. So if I see anything that's not reflecting that, then I'm like, "No, it's not." How would I revise? I actually went to school and got my degree like 9 years ago. See yourself walking across the stage. See your life afterwards. What would have been different about your life had you gotten your degree? Okay. Mm. How do I use revision to have a certain amount in my bank account? I view an amazing apartment today, but I need a certain amount of money for rent. Okay, don't even worry about the money. Y'all, listen. Okay. Where Focus on the apartment. Focus on being there. You went and viewed it. Okay, it's yours now. Sleep in it. Okay. Sleep in that apartment as though it's yours. This is what Neville did. This is what I've done to manifest every single place I've ever lived in. Okay. Like one the first apartment I manifested, this was the manifestation that really deepened my belief because it was the first time I was facing impossible circumstances. My credit was like in the 400s. I was working at Red Lobster. I had no car, no money, and I had to get a place by myself and I had never lived on my own. And I because my credit was 400, I was obviously getting rejected at every single place. Um but I just would sleep. Wait, what is that what I did? No, you know what? I didn't even know about law of assumption with that one yet. I made a list with that one and just kind of let it go. But it's still manifested. But anyways, focus on what you want. The reason I brought that situation up is because although currently I didn't have the money because I was working at Red Lobster, I happened to get a job. I wasn't even looking for a job, right? Somebody came into Red Lobster and sat with me and they worked at Papado. And Papado is more expensive so I can make more money there. And she was like, "You're so amazing. Like you're doing such a great job. Come work at Papado. We're hiring." And so I got the higher paying job that would pay me enough so that I could make them, so I could have the place. But I didn't focus on the money. I didn't focus on the job. I focused on having the place. In every situation, every place that I've moved into, I did not focus on money because I didn't have money, right? I didn't focus on anything. All I focused on was it's mine now and feeling and being and sleeping in that place as if I was there. Okay. And you will be so surprised because the reason why I say focus on the place, when you focus on the money, it automatically introduces resistance. Oh, but how and where? And I don't know. And oh, but da, da, da. It's too much. When you focus on being in the place, it just feels amazing. It's like, wow, this is great. Wow, I manifested it. Wow, I'm here. And that's what you want to do, okay? Not a poo shiesty. Oh my God. You're already in Barbados and went first class equals good. How? All right, W Queen, because you about to make me get my belt. All of y'all know there is it. Who cares about the how? You know why you want to know the how so much, everyone? Is because you have no faith. It's because you believe that you have to make everything happen. And as long as you go through life believing you're going to have to make everything happen, you're going to have to make everything happen and you're going to have to do it in a muggle way. But if you want to step into the land of magic, of mystical, of whatever, then you cannot worry about the how. In fact, you guys, y'all that's really true to this shit shouldn't even be asking how. What is a how? The moment that you're asking how, you're acknowledging it's not. You're acknowledging right now, oh, how am I going to get the thing I don't have? When you should be assuming it already happened, so the how is irrelevant. Go get a switch outside and bring it back to me. I guess you need some level of conformity on the outside. Can't just be happy without making things look okay. Otherwise, I'd be on heroin all day. What the hell? First of all, you go get you a Switch too, Paulo, because That's the problem. And this the thing, y'all. Listen to me. I don't convince y'all of shit. I'm giving you the game. Okay. This is why game meant to be sold, not told. Because at least if it's sold, I have compensation for wasting my breath. Okay. But it's cool because I fuck with y'all. But listen, all right. As long as you're needing some level of conformity on the outside, that's what's gonna keep you in your situation. I'm sorry. Like, and this is the thing. I'm not saying, oh, just live in your imagination and just be poor and live in a box on the street. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying your ability to control your imagination in the face of whatever is going on in front of you is exactly what allows what's in front of you to change. Your obsession with what's in front of you, your needing for conformity with what's in front of you is exactly why you keep saying, okay, I'm revising that it's like this 3D, right? Right, right. Oh, it's not. Oh my God, it's not working. Oh, it's so hard for me. I don't get it. It's not working. Yeah, that's exactly why. Because your discipline, your attention, all of that, you're a sloppy thinker, like Abraham Hicks says. You're a sloppy thinker. You just do whatever 3D tell you to do. 3D is like it's raining. You're like, well, I guess it's a terrible fucking day. 3D is like, oh, it's winter. There's no more sunshine and no more leaves on the tree. Well, I guess I'm depressed. Like that's what you choose and that's what you choosing, bruh. I don't know what to tell you. All right. How would you address a win with a court case happening in a few days? I can't attend and need it postponed. Okay, I've done this plenty of times. So just decide that you won. Just see what would happen when you won. Have a conversation with somebody saying, oh my God, I won the case. See yourself walking out the courtroom with triumph, like, holy shit, that's amazing, right? You're saying you want it postponed, then just decide it is postponed. Okay. Tally. Live, I've just been deciding and things happen for me. Now my manifestations be instant. Of course they are. Of course they are. Period. Yes. Now I've been singing Bow Down by Beyonce to my 3D. No, for real though. Yes. Tally, these opposite thoughts are irrelevant. Like you can think I'm a cat, but you're not though. I love that. You're so funny. Okay, I started affirming for perfect health because my leg was hurting. 3 days after I learned that it was herniated disc and I needed surgery. I didn't stop affirming, but the hurting was so bad and I had the surgery but couldn't handle the pain. How do you affirm when you're hurting? You honestly, you guys, for me, I would say this is one of the hardest things for me. Like because pain is so it kind of takes your ability to focus, not fully, but when you're in pain, you feel that shit. So I like that's something that sometimes I would suggest like subliminals. And you still can. This is the thing, you guys. Like I hate to say this, I won't say I hate to say it because it's going to empower you, but you still can affirm. It may not be easy, you guys. This is what I mean when people say, "But my circumstance is so bad. What can I do?" You can still do it. Your circumstance can be bad as long as your mind still functions and your mouth still functions. You can still do it. You just have to do it despite whatever it is, y'all. That's the answer. It's no, unfortunately, there's no like off the hook, like, oh yeah, yeah, your situation is too bad. Here's another thing for you to do where you don't have to do like it's just not that. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that you had the surgery. That's good. Hopefully will help your pain, but I would go back and revise that you never had the pain. You could revise that. You could just say like every day I'm getting better. Like I would go to I've never had pain though. I think that's the best way to go about. I've never my leg has always been fine. I'm always in perfect health. And keep deciding that. I'm telling y'all revision, you guys, it's so helpful because it takes you out of it takes you out of Tringsville. It takes you out of I have to close this gap. I'm in the reality where I am in pain and I am hurting and I have to get to the reality where I'm not. And it's like, no, like you never been in pain. And in ways that I cannot tell you, ways that you know not of, reality will rearrange itself to confirm that for you, okay? Do I offer coaching for revision specifically? I offer coaching for whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to manifest. So yes. I was thinking about making the next class on revision, but maybe I'll do like a revision activation, like the revision masterclass. But we will in the 3D mastery, the group coaching that's coming out in January, we will heavily be focusing on revision because it's just the best thing ever. But you can work with me one on one, Shauna, if you don't want to wait for that. Yesterday, my SP told me she didn't want to take the next step with me. Turns out it's because I don't fulfill certain expectations for her or reciprocate. She was sick and I didn't show up for her. You can revise that if you want. Mm. I'm in such a different place compared to this time last year. Oh my God. I love that for you, princess. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. What do I do if I want to spend New Year's Eve with my boyfriend? Easy, okay? This is the thing, you guys. This is why I say it's easy. To me, what's easy are things that you can easily create the atmosphere. That's what I'm worried about, you guys. I don't even think about probability or is that realistic? I'm like, how vivid can I make this in my mind? How like can I make this like can I really make that moment occur now in my mind? New Year's Eve is a very specific vibe, right? It's a very specific vibe. It's a vibe of like hope, right? People excitement, completion, closing the year, entering the new year. There's like a party vibe, champagne, like create all of that around you and see yourself cheers with him and have him be your New Year's kiss. Okay. Okay. To be honest, fear held me back. She said she was done with me and that if I showed up with stuff, she wouldn't ever talk to me again. I ended up going anyway. She wasn't mad, but she's been ignoring me today. How did I manifest this? How do I move in this? I don't feel anxious, to be honest, not spiraling, but I ain't trying to do too much, but I also want to apply pressure. Mind you, we are both girls. Okay. You don't have to worry about none of that. All right. Just decide that we're back together. We're back together and better than ever. Just decide that. Whatever she's talking about, like, you can revise that you have shown up for her needs. You can actually even hear her telling you, like revise that conversation. That's actually a good idea. Revise that conversation. Revise her breaking up with you. Hear her telling you, "Oh my God, I love you so much. You're so irreplaceable in my life because you're always there for me. You always show up every time I need you, anytime I want anything. You even anticipate my needs. I love that about you." Just completely flip the story. I'm telling y'all, listen to me, y'all. I don't care what the story is. If I don't like it, I'm flipping it on its head and I'm accepting that new story as true. So actually, that's what it is. And I'm looking forward to it, Nard, because I've already read you. Oh my God, me and my girl, we're back together and it's crazy. She said all the things. Yeah, exactly. She did because your mind is the only reality, period. Okay. Y'all, I think I have to go. Yeah, damn. Golly gee wills, y'all. It's already been over an hour. So um I'm gonna answer this last one right here. Okay. I just got out the hospital yesterday. Not sure if I'll keep my job. How do I manifest more than enough money to be good without working and have a great health recovery? Mm, Rod, just see yourself good. Just decide that you are, right? Have an inner conversation with somebody. Whoever may, I don't I hopefully you have somebody that's going to take care of you or whatever. Or even a friend that maybe might come check on you. And have an inner conversation. Have hear them ask you, "Oh my God, so you're not working?" If you want to work, then decide that you will be working. But if you don't want to work, hear them like, "Oh my God, you're not working? How are you good? Like how are you taking care of anything?" And just hear yourself confirm like, "I don't know, I'm just blessed. I'm lucky. Every time I turn around, I'm just receiving more money. Like I haven't had to worry about money since I got out the hospital." Have an inner conversation like that, but most importantly, decide that that's what it is. Okay. Decide you're incredible at manifesting money. You've always been massively rich. You've never had to work for money. Decide whatever you want. Okay.
All right. All right, you guys. I am about to slide. I am going. I'm sorry I didn't get to all your questions, y'all. We're gonna be here all damn night, and we don't want to be here all damn night. But I'm intending that all of this prospers you all immensely, and I'm absolutely sure that it has. I am sending you all infinite love. I will most likely get the 3D mastery group coaching for January up soon. So just look out for the email for that. Or you can email me if you're not on the Stan email list, or you can check back because I'll post it on the communities tab as well. But I love you guys so much. You already got everything that you wanted, and it happened so easily, and you absolutely friggin' loved it. And all the problems that you think you have, actually, no, you don't. Okay.